Hello everybody, and welcome to SOC 1600 or Introduction to Sociology here at Sullivan County Community College. I'm your instructor, Ryan Mead, and I wanted to make this video for a couple reasons. First of all, I want to get you acquainted with the expectations and demands of online courses in general, and second, I want to get you acquainted with the expectations and demands for this course via the course syllabus. The first thing I want to talk about is different types of education, particularly synchronous education and asynchronous education. So synchronous education is where learning takes place in a live event in which students learn at the same time. Think of a traditional classroom setting, whether it be in elementary school, middle school, high school, or even college. It's where everybody's sitting in the classroom and desks and there's a teacher at the front teaching. Everybody is learning at the same time. It's taking place in real time. People are able to bounce ideas back and forth off of one another in real time. However, in online education, we usually have what's called asynchronous education, where groups of learners are not required to learn at the same time. So usually what happens is a lot of the courses materials are put up beforehand. People respond to them at different times. So for example, you might have a discussion board. I may respond to the discussion board on a Monday, but I might not get anybody responding back to me until Wednesday. This is really good for learners who have different schedules. It allows you to work on your own schedule. So if you work, day shifts, you could work at night. If you are a great worker in the middle of the night, you could work in the middle of the night. You could work early in the morning. You could work whenever you want. You just have to get into work during the due dates. In this course, it's going to be a little bit of both. Meaning there's no scheduled meeting times with instructors or classmates. However, I will be providing live office hours, and I do want to note that sometimes I might be holding live lectures through Brightspace. I know that everybody won't be able to attend these live lectures if I do hold them, but I will record them and make them available to those who cannot make them. You can as I know, you can log on and do your work whenever you want. Just make sure it's before the due date. But the most important thing with asynchronous education is you are responsible, and for this course in general, you are responsible for your own self and your own progress. This is extremely important. Where in synchronous education, you have the instructor and you have your classmates there to, push you and get you to do the work. In asynchronous education, and this course, you do not. I get this question a lot. Professor Mead, will this course be easy, being that it's an online course? And even when I was going to school, I thought that, online courses would be easy. But in fact, they aren't. One of the reasons I noted before, you're not going to have people pushing you. You are required in this course to do a lot of reading, writing, and critical thinking. It isn't enough that you simply know the material in the assigned reading. You have to be able to apply it. So you're going to be left on your own with a textbook and some, videos and maybe other texts, and you have to get through them on your own. You are required to develop knowledge not only through interactions with the text, but interactions with fellow classmates as well as the instructor. And this is done namely online through discussion boards. In this class, and I'm jumping a little ahead here, there is a participation component in this class. Therefore, I'm expecting you to participate a lot. While most of the assignments are available to you early, there is a strict late policy for work not handed in, and I'll get to that in a little bit in this lecture. And you are required to manage your own time and make sure you don't get behind in your work. A lot of people will get behind in this class, and then they'll contact me 3-4 weeks later and be like, can I catch up? No, you can't. This course requires that you do a lot of work every single week. If you get 1 or 2 weeks behind, it's going to be extremely difficult to catch up. And I want to harp on this last line that I put here. Failure to manage your time wisely will mean failure in the course. Now I want to move on to the economics of this course. And this is another question that, I had when I was a student, and that I know a lot of students have and ask me. What does 3 credit hours mean? This course is a 3 credit course. So this is, very, very important when thinking about how much time that you have to allocate to this class every single week. So a 15-week semester for a 3 credit course means 3 hours of in-class work per week. So usually this is lectures. In a 3 credit course, you go to 3 hours worth of lectures a week. On top of that, there's an expectation that you are doing work outside of that course for 6 to 9 hours, 6 to 9 hours study time per week. That means the college expects, as well as the instructor expects, that every single student for every class that they're taking is contributing or putting forward 9 to 12 hours of work per class per week. Now, another thing that I want to go over is how much is this 3 credit course costing me at Sullivan County Community College? Now, this is minus the cost of books, time, etc. And I want to go over this for a specific reason. How much are you paying? Or if you're getting lots of financial aid, or different grants, things like that, how much are other people paying for you to be in this course? Tuition for this 3 credit course is $627. The technology fee is $45. The accounting fee is $39. The student accident insurance is $3. The learning support is $12. Health services is $12. All for a total of $738 that this course is costing you for the whole semester. When we break that down per week for a 15-week course, that's $49.20. And I bring this up for a very specific reason. Say you don't want to do the work for the week, and you slack off and you don't do the work. That's costing you not only, what you were to learn that week, but that's costing you money. That's like taking a $50 bill and lighting it on fire. I don't want to see that. So make sure that you are constantly, doing your work every single week throughout the semester, because it's not only going to hurt you in terms of your class, but it's going to hurt you in terms of your finances. I want to go over some technical aspects of the course. And there's some foundational aspects that are needed to succeed in the course. First of all is access to high-speed internet. This is a must. You need to have access to high-speed internet. If you don't, I know that the college has access, or your local library has access. But if you don't have access to high-speed internet, I grew up in the middle of the woods and only had a dial-up, you can't really succeed in this course, because I'm going to be asking you to not only, post stuff to this course, but also watch a lot of videos. There's also some basic technological know-how. You need to know how to turn on the computer. You need to know how to get on the internet, and you need to know how to log on to this course. Also, you need to have knowledge in how to log on and operate Brightspace. I know Sullivan County Community College provides a ton of resources on how to do this, so make sure, especially if this is the first time you're taking an online course using Brightspace, that you know how to do this. Also, I'm going to be linking to a lot of videos on YouTube. Some of them are my own making, and some of them that other people have made. You need to have knowledge in how to log on and operate YouTube. Finally, I'm going to be assigning a few different documentaries on Netflix. Now remember, or be aware that Netflix is a paid service. So you need to, have a subscription to Netflix. If you don't, use a friend's. And if there's absolutely no way that you can get access to these documentaries I'm going to be assigning, please contact me as soon as possible so I could work out an alternate assignment for you for that week. I want to go over some important dates for the course. First of all, the first day of class is Wednesday, January 22nd, 2020. Therefore, I'm going to be hitting the ground running. I'm expecting everybody to be contributing to work, beginning on that day. The last day to drop this class is Tuesday, February 11th, 2020. And the last day to withdraw is Tuesday, April 7th, 2020 at 5 p.m. I need to note here, in previous semesters, the instructor used to be able to withdraw students from the course. That is no longer the case. Therefore, if you want to withdraw from this course, you need to do so yourself. So here's a hypothetical situation. You're in the course for 2 weeks. You really don't want to be in the course, so you stop coming. And you do nothing after that. I can't withdraw you from the course. You've already began participating in the course. Therefore, you are part of the course. I can't withdraw you. If you don't withdraw yourself, and before the withdrawal date, you will fail this course. Therefore, you will have an F on your transcript instead of a W. So please make sure that you go, if you need to withdraw from the course for any reason, that you go to the registrar's office to do so. And finally, the final day of class is Wednesday, May 6, 2020. After that, we will have a finals week. Now, I want to move on to the course syllabus. So I would pause this video and get the course syllabus up, or have it printed out, but please follow along while I go over this material. This is extremely important. When looking at the course syllabus, the top header provides all the information regarding the course, including the name, the number, the section, important dates, the credits, and the instructor's contact information. We also have the official course catalog description of this course. And as it states here, this course seeks to show how the human individual is shaped by his or her group affiliations and to introduce the methods and concepts used in investigating these group influences. An important part of the course is to show how these sociological concepts and methods can throw light on the student's social experience and on the rapidly changing world around them. Next, we go over some measurable student learning outcomes. I like these outcomes because they provide concrete ways to, concrete statements that I'm promising you that you will learn throughout the semester. And I look at the syllabus as kind of like a contract, that throughout the semester I'm promising you knowledge in these, statements in the learning outcomes. And if you feel I'm not holding up my part of the bargain, please contact me and I'll try to, change up my methods. But please note that the syllabus is also a contract, noting what I expect from you. And if I feel that you aren't living up to your part of the bargain, I will contact you. So let's look at some of these outcomes. First of all, it's the understanding of social science methods, knowledge of major concepts, models, and issues, the development of a sociological imagination, knowledge of major sociological theorists, and the development of and an appreciation of social diversity. Now, next is the required text. I'm only going to require you to get one textbook this semester, but please get it. A lot of people think that they can pass the course without this textbook, and it's just not true. Make sure that you get this edition. What you're looking at here is Anthony Giddens, as well as others, authors' book, The Introduction to Sociology, Siegel 11th edition. Now, this is really important. Get the Siegel 11th edition. But you may say, hey, Mr. Mead, I went on Amazon. I found a 9th edition for a lot cheaper. I'm going to get that one. No, do not get that one. Or you have a friend who took this a couple years ago and has the 10th edition. Don't take it. Get the Siegel 11th edition of Introduction to Sociology. This is very, very important. Next, I want to move on to assessments, or how you'll be graded in this course. The first way that you'll be graded is through weekly homework assignments. This makes up 20% of your final grade. At the end of each week, you will be required to do an assessment that contains numerous different questions on the readings and lectures and videos and all that stuff. These questions will have numerous question types, including multiple choice, true, false, fill in the blank, short answer, and short essay. All homework assignments will be due on Monday, 11:59 p.m. Next is discussion boards. Each week you will be required to participate in a discussion forum where you will present your analysis on the week's reading while responding to others. I will also engage in these conversations and provide feedback. Your grade for the discussion boards is going to be dependent on 3 different factors. The first is an initial post. An initial post is usually a 250-word response to the discussion board prompt. And this is 60% of your discussion board grade, and it's due on Fridays at 11:59 p.m. The next is a discussion question that is based on your own post, and it's a means to get other people to think about your post a lot more deeply and respond to it. These are due with the initial post on Friday at 11:59 p.m. And finally, you have to make 3 responses. This is 30% of your grade. You are required to reply to at least 2 other people's posts and respond to at least 1 other person who responded to you. So while the initial post and discussion question are due on Friday, these responses are due the following Monday. So you have 3 days to respond. The next thing I want to talk about is elements in making good initial posts. A lot of people aren't really savvy in terms of making these initial posts. They think they could just put whatever as out there. Usually it's one's own opinion on something, or one's own feeling or a personal experience. It's not backed up by anything. This is not the way to make a discussion post. So some elements in making some good initial posts are follow all the criteria, such as word count, citations, etc. Also, integrate different concepts, theorists, theories, and other relevant information from the textbook into your posts. This includes summary, paraphrase, and direct quotes of these elements, and also building on these elements with your own knowledge and experience. So while I don't mind personal experience, I don't mind opinion, I want it to be based on elements from the textbook. These discussion posts are a way for me to see how much that you know and understand the concepts, theorists, and theorists of the textbook. So this is really, really important. Also, make sure that you outline your post beforehand to stay focused and create a structured post. Also, I really want to stress, make sure to type out these posts on a word processor like Microsoft Word before submitting them. The reason why is you can save your work. You can post it again if the first time fails, and say that, there's some sort of issue with Brightspace and you can't make the post and it's Friday night and you're really, really worried that you're going to get points taken off. You can email it to me if it's in a Microsoft Word document. So these are just some elements in making a good initial post. What about creating strong discussion questions? The first week of class, you're going to have to read a lot of different articles about how to create strong discussion questions. But I want to go over a few points right here. Always build the question from your initial post topic and the sociological concepts, theorists, and theories that you used. Don't get off topic. Make sure to stay on the topic of the initial post that you just created. Use how and what questions. These questions are more open-ended and they lend themselves to better discussions. Don't simply ask the class, what do you think? This is one of my pet peeves. I hate when people are like, so what do you think about gender inequality? Well, gender inequality sucks. Okay, but it's not, it's not pushing the students, your other classmates, to really delve into the theories about and the concepts and the arguments surrounding gender inequality. I want those specifics. Also, don't repeat the discussion board prompt questions using different words. I get this all the time. I ask a question that you are to respond to, and literally the student will say, well, what do you think about this issue? I literally just ask that to the student. Don't simply repeat what I am asking. How about making good discussion board responses? And these are responses to your other classmates. First of all, always integrate, again, the theories, theorists, concepts, and information from the textbook in your response. If you haven't noted a pattern here, I want you to really know what you need to read from the textbook and the texts and the videos that you have to read throughout the week. I am, again, testing your knowledge on this through the discussion boards. Respond to the student's discussion question. Don't just go off on something else. Also, provide constructive feedback to the student. It's sometimes good to, engage in critique, especially if that's going to help the student create, not only stronger posts in the future, but a better understanding of the concepts and theories that they're going over. And don't simply agree just to agree. Try to create a conversation. In other words, don't be like these tweets on the other side. So, in the first one, Emily posts to a discussion board, "The sky is blue." And somebody responds, "Emily, I totally agree with what you said. I like how you used the color blue as a form of imagery to describe the sky. And that was such a powerful thing." Or somebody, below says, 2 + 2 = 4. "Wow, Jim, I totally agree. I like how you added the 2's together and got 4. Very insightful." Try to, engage in conversation with others. Don't be like these tweets on the other side. Another element of this class is participation. This is 10% of your final grade. And there are numerous ways that you'll be graded on participation. First of all, participation points will be added if you go above and beyond the number of responses and discussion boards that's required of you. Meaning, and I really want to see you engaging with others who are responding to you. I know I require that you respond to at least one person who responds to you, but if you start responding to everybody and really get into a really in-depth conversation, I'm going to add that to your participation, your overall participation grade. Also, coming to office hours. I'll be holding live office hours at 6 p.m. every Wednesday night through Brightspace. If you come to those office hours and engage, with me in terms of questions on the textbook, I'm gonna, add this to your participation points. Emailing me about the text. So say you can't come to office hours. If you send me emails, showcasing, your understanding of the text and asking me specific questions, I'm going to add that to your participation. And also engaging with concepts and theories in the textbook in ways that show a deeper understanding of the material. Again, if I see that you're really taking an interest in this material and that you're really looking to develop and further your understanding, I'm going to add this to your participation points. So one thing I really want to stress is a lot of people, will ask me halfway through the class, "Mr. Mead, how do I, get more points in the class? I'm not doing as well as I should be." Well, right here, this is one way. Participation. Participate a lot. Next form of assessments are examinations. First of all, there's going to be unit examinations. These are 30% of your final grade. There's going to be 3 unit exams. That means 10%, or that means each exam is worth 10% of your final grade. These are going to be split up throughout the semester. They're going to have numerous question types, including multiple choice and short essays. You're going to have only 2 hours to complete the exam. So these exams will be timed, and you will have 2 hours to complete it. There will also be a final examination that's going to be 15% of your final grade. This is going to be held during finals week. It's going to be longer essay questions and maybe some shorter knowledge-based questions. A lot of these questions are going to be based upon the lectures, especially the lectures that I make. So make sure that you are watching them and taking notes on them. And this test you'll have 3 hours to complete. Next in the syllabus is my policy on late work, and I just want to read the quote from here. Being that this is an online class that allows you to work on your own speed, as well as the fact that many of the assignments are giving to you well in advance, there is a strict late policy. If you foresee being late in any of your assignments, please email me at least 1 week in advance as to the reasons why you can't do the assignment, and we can see if we could work something out. Do not email me after an assignment's due date has passed requesting an extension. And be aware that by emailing me and asking for an extension doesn't mean that I will grant one. There will be no extensions given on the final examination. So there's a few things to unpack here. The biggest one, do not email me after an assignment is already due or has been due asking me for an extension. So if an assignment's due on Monday, don't email me Tuesday and say, hey, can I get an extension on that assignment? Unless it's a, really harrowing emergency, and even then, I might only take one of those, Make sure that you're emailing me well before an assignment is due. Next is attendance policy. And I'm just going to read from here. Being that there is no classroom time, attendance for the week is based on completion of the homework assignments. This means that if you miss one homework assignment, your final grade for the course will be reduced 1 full letter grade. If you miss 2 or more weekly homework assignments, you will be asked to withdraw from the course. If you refuse to withdraw or the withdrawal date has passed, you will fail. Please note that during weekly office hours, as well as any live lectures I give, I will be asking, for the attendance of people. And the reason why is I will add this to the participation grade. Next, we have academic integrity policy. And again, I'm just going to read from the syllabus. Plagiarism, the use of another's words or ideas without giving proper credit, and cheating are violations of ethical behavior within the academic community. Plagiarism or other acts of academic dishonesty must be reported to the division dean, and disciplinary action will be taken. And even if this is caught after the semester ends, action may still be taken. My policy is as follows. The first offense, so if you are plagiarizing or cheating and I catch you on that first offense, you automatically fail the assignment. I then report that to the dean of the division, and we discuss if any further action should be taken, such as expulsion or such as failure of the whole course or even expulsion. And the second offense, again, immediate failure of the class, not just the assignment, of the class. And then I discuss with the dean if we should take any further action. In that case, that further action might be expulsion. I already went over this before, but I'm going to go over it again. The last day of withdrawal from this class is April 7th, 2020. I cannot withdraw you. You have to withdraw yourself. Also, we go over some elements of the Brightspace learning management system, such as all coursework communication will be carried out through Brightspace. Also, make sure to check Brightspace and your emails every day. I can't stress this enough. Don't get lost. Make a habit, check it every single day. Students with special needs can contact Miss Jen King in the Department of Learning and Student Development, and this is her number. Also, please note that Jen King also heads the tutorial services for Sullivan County Community College. So if you're in the area and you need some extra help in the class, definitely go to seek out such services. Also, we welcome student feedback, especially the division dean, Rose Hannafy, welcomes it. So you could email her about me or the course at any time at rhannafy@sunysullivan.edu. Office hours. So as I know, there are no in-person office hours, and I will be holding office hours every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Live on Brightspace. But if you can't make it, or if you want to meet with me additionally, please email me at rmeet@sunysullivan.edu, and we can set up a chat or a Skype, something to help you get the information that you need. Finally, this course, there's a lot of critical thinking that's involved in this. And that means opening yourselves to others' perspectives. And a lot of the issues that we're going to be going over make a lot of people feel very uncomfortable. Sometimes they might even feel personally attacked. This is especially when we're dealing with issues such as race, class, and gender. I ask everybody to come into these discussions with an open mind. And I ask that everybody be mature in these discussions and respect the viewpoints of other people. Now, the rest of the syllabus goes over the entire course outline. So this is a roadmap of what you're going to be doing on day 1 as well as the last day of class. Read this well and get ahead in your work so that you never get behind. And finally, the last part of the syllabus, I provide a 2 to 3 page packet of discussion forum posts and how to do well on discussion forums. This is really, really important. Discussion forums, as I went over a few slides ago, are very, very important and, require a lot of, thought and work that goes into it. Before I end this video, I want to go over your weekly responsibilities. So this is what my expectations that you're going to be doing every single week and the days of the week. At the beginning of the week, I'm going to expect that you read all the required work and develop a plan on how to tackle the assignments. Be sure to consider the due dates and times. I think that you're not only going to read the assigned materials, but you're also going to take notes on them. This is extremely important. Make sure to take notes on everything. I think that you're going to watch and participate in all video lectures, especially if they're live. This may include asking questions during live lectures, emailing questions beforehand, or integrating lecture materials into your work. Now, please note, if it is a live lecture, I will warn you a few days in advance as to when I will have it. And many of my lectures have already been pre-recorded on YouTube and are up on Brightspace right now. After that, I believe that you're going to prepare and execute your initial discussion board posts and discussion questions. I believe that you're going to effectively study all materials for weekly assessments, which, as I noted, are due on Monday. This is the weekly homeworks. I also think that over the weekend, you're going to be making responses to the weekly discussion board. Then you're going to complete all the homework. And then what you're going to do, reflect. I have a thing, and this is going to be as part of the homework, as part of extra credit for the homework, what's called a learning log. And learning logs are basically a reflection on your thoughts and feelings about the topics and the work for that week. And when grades and comments are made available, I believe that you're going to look them over for any mistakes as well as strategies for how to perform next time. Now, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, please don't hesitate to contact me. Communication in this class is of utmost importance. This class, really isn't shortened. This is my mistake right here, but it's going to feel shortened. It's going to go by really quick. And if you get behind in the beginning, it's going to be very hard to catch up. So please don't get behind. Please stay in contact, and please get all of your work done on time. I look forward to working with you all semester, and I hope you have a good one. Goodbye.